Welcome to Business Legal Lifecycle TV, the live TV show all about the legal aspects of your business to help educate you on complex legal terms in an easy to understand manner, to help understand why you need to do certain things in your business from a legal point of view, and to help you develop a plan for the future. Our mission at Business Legal Lifecycle is to help empower all small to medium-sized businesses around the world to get access to legal advice so that they can help build their communities and make the world a better place. Did you know that any business owner is on average 7 months away from losing everything? That is the average time it takes from a successful business to fold when an aspect of their business is not set up correctly. Have you ever wanted to get legal advice but didn't understand what was going on? Do you feel like there is a divide between lawyers and their clients? Then this TV show is for you. It is all about empowering you and your business with the knowledge and tools to ensure that this doesn't happen to you. Business Legal Lifecycle TV delivers a twice-weekly show focusing on the legal aspects of your business. At lunchtime on Mondays, we present Fast Fix Monday, a quick 5 to 10 minute show that will give you some actionable steps to consider for the week for your business. And at lunchtime on Wednesdays, we present our in-depth show of between 30 minutes and an hour, where we go through complicated legal aspects of your business in a simple to understand, plain English manner. And whether that is through educational pieces or interviews with experts in their fields.
Afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Fast Fix Monday. I'm Craig Mason, one of the founders of the Business Legal Lifecycle, and as always, I've got with me Jeremy. You want to say hello?
Hi, everyone. Hope you're doing well.
So this month, if you've tuned into any other previous episodes, we're talking about investing in property. And today, for Fast Fix Monday, we wanted to go through a couple of questions that you might want to ask a real estate agent when you're buying a property. So this is when you're asking the seller's agent. And these are the sorts of questions that you want to ask before you sign the contract, obviously, not after, because you might get different answers after you've signed the contract. So it all depends on what property, the different type of property, those sorts of things. But in our experience, having dealing with a lot of people buying property and buying our own properties, etc., we've come up with 5 questions that we think you should ask a real estate agent prior to signing the contract. So, Jared, do you want to go through the first one?
Yeah, so the first one is, how long has the property been on the market? Now, some people disagree with this being a question that you should ask, and a lot of people will say that it doesn't actually mean anything, but it actually does. And because if the property's been on the market for a long time, the seller might be keen to sell. You never get a definitive, never a definitive way of saying which way it's going to go. But usually if the property's been on the market for a bit longer, then the seller will be more keen to sell. Also, the agent might be more keen to sell, to get a sale across the line as well, because the agents will be appointed for a set period of time. And if an agent can be motivated to sell a property towards the end of their appointment, say in 6 or 8 weeks' time, then that might be a good way of knowing what kind of price you can get for the property. So that's the first one. Craig, do you want to do the second one?
Yeah, second one. The question is, will the seller negotiate on price? Now, that might sound ridiculous because obviously, they want to get the best possible price, but it's still a question that you can ask. You mightn't always get the answer that you want, but you might get some information from the answer that you could use to make an offer. That, if you get this information beforehand, you can base your offer on that. It mightn't be a yes or no answer, but they might say something that gives you an idea that they might be willing to negotiate. So second question was, will the seller negotiate on price? You'd be surprised that the power that question might have in some instances. So next time you're trying to buy a property, throw that question out there and see what the agent says. Third question, Jeremy.
Thanks, Craig. The third question is to find out why the seller is selling. Now, again, some people disagree that this is an important question to ask, but if you know why they're selling, whether there's a timetable or a deadline that they have for selling, then you might find out how eager they are to actually sell. So ask the question, if you find out that they're moving to another state in Australia or overseas for a job, then they might be more eager to sell than otherwise. If they're an older couple who are just looking, the empty nesters looking to downsize, and they might be less motivated to sell. So why is the seller selling is the third question. Craig, the fourth one.
Yeah, thank you. Fourth question. Has the seller had any offers so far? And if so, could you please tell me how much This is obviously an important question to find out if there's been any previous offers and what amounts they have been. If they've also been declined because it's still for sale, but you might get information from that is that there was an offer, but there was a number of conditions attached to it, et cetera, and you can then, alter your offer on that basis. Do you know what potential buyers have been willing to offer? They might have put an offer on the table of 500,000, but they needed 90 days to settle or something like that. You might be able to come in a little bit less, but have more favourable conditions. So, good question to ask. Have there been any offers? And if so, how much? Number 5, Jeremy.
Yeah, thanks, Craig. So the last one is, and this might seem a little silly, but it's amazing what you can find out by asking this question. What is the lowest price that the seller will accept? Now, a good agent won't answer that question, but a lot of agents will answer that question because they'll know what the bottom line is for the seller. Now, you don't also have to take that as gospel. They might be willing to take something different, but asking that question will give you an indication of what the seller may be willing to accept, and at least you'll know what price the agent is looking at with the seller. So that's the 5 questions. Craig, do you want to conclude?
Yeah. So as we said, that's the 5 questions we've come up with. They're obviously not an exhaustive list of the questions you should be asking agents. You may want to ask questions about the general area where the property is, those sorts of things, or more specific questions about the actual property. But these are the 5 that we say you should start with. Get out there, talk to the agents, ask these questions, and hopefully you get the best possible price and a good investment in property going forward. So that's Fast Fix Monday for today. We'll be back on Wednesday for an interview, a longer form interview with a property developer. And so, look forward to having you join us on Wednesday. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.